Everybody, Lord Sarge figured the hell out, sir, a few seconds late. I'm an idiot. I just got off a cruise from Mexico. I don't know what I'm doing. Shit.
Hey.
Shit.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What's up? It is. Look at old Lord Sarge, and good old Shaq. We in the building. We holding it down this week with our coach, Mad Mike. We are holding it down.
Now, I have to tell you, Coach Mad Mike and I were out for an entire week. We apologize to all of you because I know you're dying to hear the latest content. Well, we both decided to go on a diving tour and went on a little cruise to Mexico out of Tampa. So we've been out of the net. Got 4 dives, and you might even see I got a little bit of color.
Yeah.
We had 4 awesome dives. Cozumel, Belize, Roatan, Costa Maya. I rolled in about 2 hours ago and tried to set up this stream, so I hope you guys understand that it's kind of a mess. But we're here. We're here for you.
Hell yeah, for sure.
It is free agency time.
That's right. Free agency frenzy, baby.
I've been trying to be on my phone talking to Shaq. Shaq's pumping me full of. We had an hour delay in Tampa on the tarmac. Shaq is pumping me on the cell phone going, Sarge, this happened. Sarge, this happened. Sarge, this happened. I'm like, ah.
It's been insanity. Hey, when I say it's been insanity today, this has been insanity. This whole weekend, people have been being tendered. People have been being traded. It has been insanity, Lord Sarge. You know what I'm talking about? And we're going to get into it, especially with our beloved Commanders. We're going to get into it today. I hope you see what my name is tonight. My name is tonight, Too Much for Tunsil. Right? And we're really going to get into that tonight. Too much for Tunsil.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was a whole lot. With us trying to build a younger team, a younger infrastructure, you know what I'm saying, younger everything. I don't understand why we gave him so much for Laramie Tunsil. But we're gonna get into that.
Let's get into that later. But Shaq, I would like you to take us through what's happened so far because there is a ton of major signings for dollars what I've never seen in my whole life before.
Hey, well, I can tell you that, look, Lord Sarge, you're still in party mode because I still hear the rock music playing.
I got it in the background, baby.
Now, look, I'm gonna tell you, there have been trades, there have been free agency signings, things that I was like, wow, like people just getting money that I feel like how they get paid. Well, example of that, Sam Darnold, $100 million contract. Sam Darnold he had this one good year. He ain't done nothing with it. No team. He ain't done it with nobody's team to make $100 million. Here we are.
Shaq, on that point, why didn't Minnesota keep him? Why would you get rid of him?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, they did not keep him. They did not keep him because they have J.J. McCarthy coming back, rookie, and then they had Daniel Jones. So I would have thought they would have let Daniel Jones walk first.
Yeah. And give McCarthy time to prosper under a quarterback who knows what he's doing. Yep. Now they got rid of the top and they're naked. They're just going to go with McCarthy? Are they stupid? Are the Vikings stupid? Hit the comments, people. Let us know what's going on. Shaq's going to be responding on comments, but I got to hear how in the hell do the Vikings let Darnold go and just leave McCarthy naked with no one to train? Maybe they think that first year was enough under the cuff to get it done.
Well, I firmly believe in this situation right here with them, they let him go because they feel like they have something special with J.J. McCarthy again. And they feel like that Daniel Jones is a competent enough backup to fill his shoes, you know. But Sam Darnold's carried them to a 14-3 record. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
why would you give your rookie a number 2 year under that guy? Watching the plays, watching the thing, coaching and mentoring him up. Like the Green Bay method, right? Favre, then, Rodgers, right? I mean, that method works. Why would you get rid of your top layer? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yep. Now what's going on, Jeff? Welcome to You know, that football site, baby. We back and we're in full effect this week. Because I'm telling you right now, I've been the whole time that Lawrence Sarge and Coach Man Mike were on vacation. I know they was tired of their phones dinging the whole time. Ding, ding, ding. Updates. Their whole vacation. So we definitely gonna get into it. But another, I can tell you right now, I'm looking at the free agency, and there are two teams right now that I feel like are going above and beyond. The Indianapolis Colts, the Colts, and the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears bought 3 of the top offensive linemen in.
All right, you know that's my division. So, because I'm a Lions fan too. Let's talk Bears. Let's talk about their moves.
Yep.
Let's talk about their moves. They had an O-line. They built an O-line.
Yep, they brought in 3 top prospects on O-line. We all saw that coming, right? But not only that, they bolstered their defense. They brought Ademillo in from Indianapolis, defensive end. They brought Chase Young in. They brought Grady Jarrett in to bolster their defensive line.
They brought Chase Young. So who's paired up again? Unbelievably.
Yeah, him and Montez Sweat again in the same locker room again.
so with Chase Young playing better than he ever has,
yep,
that could be dangerous in Chicagoland.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. He went down in New Orleans. He started eating all that good food. He started eating all that good food. He put a little weight on. I mean, we got him when he was fresh, frail, and out of college. Just fast. Yeah, he went down and got on that gumbo, that jambalaya, that etouffee. Put a little weight on him.
Boy.
You know, but again, his motor was running down there. He wasn't taking plays off like he was in Washington and in San Francisco. So,
yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Because he was definitely taking plays off with us.
Yes. Now there are some pieces that are on the table. There's some pieces that we thought was going to move. They were on the table. They didn't move. Myles Garrett, he decided that he's going to stay in Cleveland. So the money is good for him. And I guess he don't care about winning because they're not making any other moves. And they was already in the lower tiers of having money in this offseason. So they just kicked it all to Myles Garrett just to keep him in town. Now, and when it was that important for him, he would have left. Now there were things that happened. One of the guys that I feel like is going to affect us, we're going to tap into once we get to our beloved Redskins, aka Commanders. Charvarius Ward went to Indianapolis. I mean, he was a guy that I felt like he was coming to Washington. We needed somebody. We need somebody else in that secondary.
And we'll get into that because there are some interesting moves the Commanders made. But yeah.
Yep. But there are other ones, and these two in particular, because they affect us in the conference. And I'm glad the details are gone. Josh Sweat left the Philadelphia Eagles and went to the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Gone. We ain't got to worry about him no more.
Thank God.
Milton Williams left, their defensive tackle, left the Philadelphia Eagles. He's gone to the New England Patriots. Darius Slay, gone. Yeah, he's gone. I believe he signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Why didn't we sign him, Shaq? Why didn't we sign him?
I have no idea.
Darius Slay? Well, because he's old. But, I mean,
he still got juice. He still got juice in his legs, right?
Hell yes.
I don't understand what the Eagles are doing because they let James Bradbury walk as well.
They got that young rook who did so well.
Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell, right? We know about Quinyon Mitchell, but understand this. With him, now we're going to see what Cooper DeJean really got. We're going to see what Quinyon Mitchell really got because there's no other lockdown corner on the field. So we're really going to see what these guys look like in space.
They felt good about their secondary with those rooks. So I think they're going to perform based on what they did this year. They're going to be fine.
Well, I can tell you right now, they gave up a lot. They signed Zach Bond, but they gave up a lot.
They lost a lot of meat, didn't they? They lost a lot of meat.
And
man, did they lose some meat? They lost some pounds.
Yeah. So I mean, there have been some major splashes in this postseason, but I feel like it's time for us to get to our beloved. Wait. We got to talk quarterbacks. You know, the roundabouts. We got to talk about that. Oh yeah, Geno Smith to the Raiders. He reunited with Pete Carroll. That's another one. He went. He's with the Raiders now. So the Raiders, you know, they're looking to do their thing. Justin Fields to the Jets.
Oof. So you know what that means? Rodgers is on the board. No, Rodgers went to the Giants. I just saw a ticker on it. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. They signed him.
So we got to deal with Rodgers twice this year.
Pittsburgh has no quarterback. They got to re-sign Wilson.
Oh no! I don't think he's going back. What are they going
to do? They got no quarterback.
Well, either they see something in the draft, late round prospects, or because this draft class of quarterbacks is not that good, mediocre at best.
Yeah.
So either they see something in the draft, or they have their eyes on somebody in free agency, right?
Man.
But Russell Wilson coming there. Wait
a minute, I gotta check this. Whole thing. We're live. I know I'm checking it while I'm live. We're live with you guys, but I gotta. Does anyone out there have any idea what happened to? Because I was just listening to NFL.com before we came on, and I heard that Rodgers finally signed with the Giants, picked him up.
Oh yeah. Now,
anyone out there got any news?
Well, Jeff said. Jeff said that Jacksonville is stupider than they cut their best two receivers, and then they picked up De'Ami Brown. It's another thing we're gonna talk about tonight. De'Ami Brown is a Jacksonville Jaguar, so we're gonna talk about that tonight. And
where is Aaron Rodgers?
Well, Jack, we're gonna get into this Debo trade because I mean he's a gimmick player, but we needed somebody big and then outside threat. On the other side of Terry McLaurin. We didn't need any more gimmick players. So we're going to get into that, Jack. Okay? But $40 million a year, that's a lot of change. So these guys are getting paid. A lot of guys, the quarterback market is overinflated. There are a lot of guys that are going to get paid. And this is about to be something else. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. So listen, all you out there, if anyone knows what happened to Aaron Rodgers, update us. We want to know where he went. He's the last guy. Well, he's the last big name on the board with an arm, and he's still a 4-time MVP. Where he goes is going to matter. It doesn't matter what happened. Davante Adams got signed to who?
To the Rams. Davante Adams to the Rams.
And no one's heard about Stafford yet. Where's Stafford?
Oh no, he just restructured his contract. He's there.
He's there. Okay.
Yeah,
and then he signed Garoppolo today. So Garoppolo and Stafford in place with Davante Adams?
Yep.
Oh boy, the Rams are going to be dangerous this year.
I'm more impressed by their receiving core. I would rather have an older Cooper Kupp, an older Davante Adams, and a younger Puka Nacua with Matthew Stafford than a lot of these other receiving cores in NFL. Now, the best receiving core, if they can land the right quarterback, the best receiving core in the NFL that going into next year is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers with Pickens and DK Metcalf. So it depends on
DK to the Steelers. Amazing signing, right?
So it depends on who they land at quarterback. Now, it's a shame that we're hearing more about Gardner Minshew than Aaron Rodgers. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a bit nutty out there. It's a bit nutty. So, getting closer to the Commanders, we're going to get to Commander stuff. There's a couple boys in the NFL that went to Dubai this week in free agency. One was Puka Nacua, who's smoking in Dubai.
Yep, it's a Darius Smith.
Who is the number one guy you want the Commanders from the Cowboys? Who's the number one guy you want? The linebacker.
Micah Parsons.
Parsons is in Dubai during free agency. And you know what he did in Dubai?
What?
You want to hear this?
What?
He posted a video of himself hugging a lion. So the rumor mill just busted wide, saying the Lions are going to pick up him. No comment from him. Just hugging a lion. I'm just saying it could happen. Micah Parsons goes out of Cowboys defense. We're going to crush him 2 times this year.
Oh, no, man. I can tell you right now, no. He said in that Cowboys uniform, they would do everything. They would cut the other 10 players on that defense before they let Micah Parsons walk.
You would think, right? You would think. But it ain't done yet. And he's in Dubai. Why is he in Dubai during free agency?
Hey, it's their downtown.
And Nacua are both there.
Yeah, it's their downtown. Because, in April, they about to get back to work.
Crazy, right?
I mean, even though the Cowboys have been outside watching since the beginning of January, they still taking a break. They still taking a break.
Hey, listen, all you folks that happen to be watching out there, we got 11 of you out there. We want to have a lot more. Listen, if it's your first time looking at the channel, and you like what you see, please drop your email address in the chat. We'll put you on the email notifications. You get notifications from us, okay? We want to have you comment, respond, put your input so we can talk about your input as well and what your thoughts are. But I think, Shaq, what do you think? Is it time to get into some real Commanders news?
It is. That's why I say, Lars Sarge, let's cut the music. Let's get to the nitty gritty.
Let's cut the music.
Let's get to the nitty gritty.
Now, folks, this is my getting off a cruise ship, landing at 5 o'clock, and getting a show by 7 slide. I am so sorry. It is jumbled up, but it is what it is. But we got all the data. All right, so give me a break. Coach Mad Mike is not here. He actually got off the boat, rented a car, drove 2.5 hours to the other side of Florida, and got on another boat for a week. So he'll be back next week.
Oh yeah. Now let's get into this, right? So with the Commanders, now you see what my name is tonight. The highlight of this our splash. You said we was gonna make a splash, right? So far, I firmly believe we made a signing today. Where you go, Lars Sarge?
I'm here.
Okay, well, I will keep talking. Now let me tell you,
crazy. That's all.
We gave up too much for Larry Tunsil. Larry Tunsil is an All-Pro. Larry Tunsil, but he's 30 years old, and we're going to have to take on his big contract. But we received him and a 4th round pick. We gave up 2 picks this year. We gave up a 3rd and a 7th, and next year.
Well, let's start at the top. Top.
Okay, yeah. Because we gave up too much for Larry Tunsil. Too much.
So I was in shock a little bit when I heard the news that the Commanders just said, "Hey, Allen, go ahead and find a trade, buddy." And the next thing you know, the Texans had a deal on the table, and it was a done deal. And then it wasn't. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with Allen?
Yeah.
Something's going on because the Commanders don't want him in the locker room. Why would you tell a guy like Allen who's – anyway, what was the next deal, Shaq, that was on the table?
Okay, so now with him, they told him he could seek a trade. They told John Allen he could seek a trade. He can go out there, he can look, stuff like that. There were teams that were showing interest. So this is what I am seeing.
There's a second team that put an offer on the table.
There was. The Vikings did. He's talking to the Vikings now. So he's talking to the Vikings now. He would be an asset to any defense that.
So it's Houston, Vikings, then back to us.
Yep.
It was like, okay, all deals are off. We're talking to him. No deal.
Yep.
And it was like, screw you, you're gone. Shaq, what is going on with Allen? Because the Commanders don't want him. You talked to me on the phone privately today about what your thoughts were with Allen. What do you think it is?
So this is my thing right here. I believe this is me looking at how the culture has changed in this franchise. How Dan Quinn is, well, hey, we ready to win. Adam Peters came in and said, no, we're going to do what's best for this team. Now, over the 8 years John Allen was here, there's been a stigma, an attitude. There's been stuff that people didn't want to deal with. Now, how friendly he is in that locker room may come into question. Because he's been on live TV letting the nation know he's tired of this team, right? When we were losing.
Well, what else did you tell me? I'm
gonna get to it. Now, I firmly believe that may be part of the problem. And that's kind of some travels around the NFL. It does. That travels. That kind of, when you're bad in the locker room, you're a bad teammate. That travels around the locker room. But that's one. Two, they are purging all of Ron Rivera's picks. And if you look at this thing, they are purging all Ron Rivera's picks.
What's up with that? It's like they've got a game on to get rid of any of Rodriguez's hires.
Now I'm gonna tell you, if you're not performing, Deron Payne had a good year, right? Deron Payne had a good year. Terry McLaurin had a good year. We had Sam Cosmi had a good year. Stuff like that. But if you look at this roster now, what it's comprised of, they have just about purged all of Ron Rivera's players out of the locker room. They like everything that came with them, with Ron Rivera and his tenureship. They don't want it in the building anymore. They want that stank gone. And I feel like that's what's going on right now.
You think that's what it is? You think that's why? Seriously, Allen, who knows the scheme, who knows the I mean, really, you're going to break up the team? You're just going to say, go get your own deal.
I can tell you right now. Let's look at what's left on the roster. De'Ami Brown is gone now, right? De'Ami Brown is gone now. A lot of the guys that were on the roster are on our free agency list, and they're not going to get re-signed. St. Juice not going to get re-signed. Derek Forrest not going to get re-signed. There are other guys on it. There are guys like Tress Wade. Of course, we're going to re-sign him. He's been an all-pro punter his whole career, right?
All right. So, Shaq, let me ask you a question. So we signed Javon Kinlaw to replace Allen. Okay, great guy, a little bit older, but whatever. We'll get into it. But why the hell would you pay $45 million on a 3-year deal with $30 million guaranteed when you have Allen in your? What would have had taken to get Allen to sign with the Commanders for another year or 3 years?
They would have had to restructure his deal. He was.
Right.
They felt like because of his injuries the last couple of years, they're not getting their money's worth. This guy is getting paid $18 million a year. At $18 million a year, you save $3 million a year, sounding a younger, newer player in Javon Greenlaw that has a history.
So you think we saved money on that one?
We did. We did because we extended. We went from paying $18 million to John Allen to $15 million a year to Javon Greenlaw, right? Javon Kinlaw. I'm sorry, Javon Kinlaw. Yeah. So I understood that, right? But we also could have negotiated the deal for Grady Jarrett. You know, so there are guys out there that we could have brought in as well, even though we still have Johnny Newton holding it down. Johnny Newton is holding it down. I'm glad that we're plugging these holes up. But the money we spent on Kinlaw, we could have used that for defensive ends. We know that's a dire need. That's how I know with us bringing Larry Tunsil in, Laramie Tunsil in, that almost solidifies that we're going to draft the defensive end in the first round of this draft.
Yeah, it looks like it, right? It has to be, right?
Yep.
All right, so re-signs. We re-signed Wagner to a 1-year deal. We re-signed Bates. We re-signed Ertz to a 1-year deal. We got Tress Way. I don't know what the deal was, and we re-signed Gonzalez. I think those are all great re-signs. What do you think, Shaq?
Now, we already had this conversation, right? We need to draft a linebacker. I feel like Wagner still got some gas in the tank.
Oh yeah,
but we need younger replacements. Now we can't go from being one of the best. Youngest team in the league to becoming a senior citizen home for players. It's been a senior citizen home for players, right?
That's a good way to put it.
It is. We can't. The experience is one thing.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, the experience is one thing. We know that we love to see Zach Ertz and Wagner in our locker room, right? But if you look at the plays of Zach Ertz last year, the speed is not there anymore. He still got the hands. He wasn't creating separation, do any of that stuff. Jaden Daniels had to put the ball on the dime for Zach Ertz. He was not creating separation from the safeties and linebackers and stuff like that. His step is gone. We could have got a younger, because there's some good tight ends on free agency. We could have let him walk, picked up Evan Ingram.
All right, so Jack is saying, looks like we're going to go after a safety, a cornerback, and an edge in the first 3 rounds of the draft for the moves we made today. That's where he's at. Okay. What do you all think about that? You think Jack's onto something?
Yeah. He is. But again, with the Larry Tunsil signing, Jack, we lost that 3rd round pick. Yeah. We lost it with this Larry Tunsil trade. We lost the 3rd and the 7th pick with the Larry Tunsil trade. We gained the 4th though.
Yeah,
that's why I changed my name tonight. Too much for Tunsil. Too much for Tunsil. We gave up 4 picks, and we're gonna. Adam Peters must have something very, very strategic up his sleeve.
You would think, right?
To give up 4 picks for Larry Tunsil.
Something. All right, so let's talk about sign to others. We let Chin walk. to the Raiders. What do you think about that, Shaq?
Remember when we did? Remember when we say, "Oh, keep"? We did the quick ones. Keep. How many? The majority of players I said, let walk. Jeremy Chin is the only guy on that list I said we need to keep because this dude is a baller.
Yeah.
Second on the defense, third on the defense in tackles. This man was all over the field, flying all over the backfield. Like the man was a baller. I don't understand. I don't understand why they let him walk.
How do you let that guy go? What are they thinking in the front office? Are you idiots?
Jeremy.
It wasn't the locker room. Was it money? We have money. We have $75 million available in cap space.
And well, again, with these pickups that I haven't agreed with, Marshawn Lattimore is going to get paid this year. Terry McLaurin, of course, he's going to get paid. He restructured his deal, but he's still going to get paid, right? But I mean, $75 million. We couldn't keep Chin. We could have, but they didn't. They just let him go. And you know, he was when they was talking about top safeties this year, like nickel safety position. One of them hybrid positions that he played, I knew he was going to be highly sought after. They should have re-signed him during the season. They should have extended him during the season. I knew he was going to be highly sought after.
100% agree with you.
He had a career year this year in Washington. So, but Jeremy Chin, that one hurts. I would rather seen him stay.
It hurts hard. It hurts me right here.
Yes, I would have rather seen him than Zach Ertz and John Bates stay.
So. Shaq, I want to tell you, and this is a shout out to Coach Mad Mike, who's not here. He's on a cruise without internet, going to the Bahamas and going scuba diving. And we set a new record for the channel for viewers tonight.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Now. Listen, folks, if you're new to the channel, pop your email address in to the chat box so we can put you on our mailing list so you know when we're on. We're on every single Monday. This is the Commanders channel, but we do talk about general NFL. And if you go to our YouTube site is an NFL YouTube site. So you'll see all kinds of news on the NFL from that perspective. So, Shaq.
Yep. Too much for time.
Leonard Rodriguez, do you think that's a good deal?
No, ain't now. This is just me. Right? Let Chris Rodriguez go be great somewhere else. He's another one of those round rare picks that they just kind of holding on to. Let him, because we're and this is why I said this about Chris Rodriguez. He was a good back in college, but he never really got a chance in Washington. Let him go somewhere else, play, be great, because we're going to draft a running back.
You don't think he's good enough to stay on the roster? I like Rodriguez. He's got motor.
We're going to draft a running back, and I'm going to tell you.
So Shaq is saying, in this draft, we're going after. Do you have a name?
Cam Scatterbo.
Oh,
it's gonna be a late.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, from Arizona, he's gonna be a late round pickup. He's gonna be still laying around. He's still gonna be laying around the 5th or the 6th. The dude is a baller, and he's gonna be like he's gonna be one of those picks that's gonna have a productive NFL career. But people, he had, you know, there are players that are in college. They are phenomenal college. They don't translate to the NFL. With his size and strength, they can put him in tight end. He can play H-back, like he can play fullback.
I think I'm different. I think they're going to keep Rodriguez. He's going to be the 3 RB or the 4 RB. I think he's made the squad. Just my opinion. All-American Street Rods, David, thank you for signing in, man. Yeah, our Aaron Rodgers is not off the board yet. What is going on with Aaron Rodgers and
listen, I am telling you.
Free agency.
There are more people talking about Gardner Minshew than Aaron Rodgers right now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
What's going on with that? That makes no sense to me.
Well, I think at this point in time, Aaron Rodgers needs to go ahead and retire so he can go out on his own terms.
You don't think he has one more? Come on, is he going to Favre it? Is he following in Favre's footsteps?
Yeah. He need to go ahead, go back to Green Bay and retire.
Oh my God, you're too funny. All right, let's talk about our trades. So our first trade that came through, I talked with Coach about this. We're on the cruise. We are ecstatic with picking up Deebo Samuel. With all that controversy last year, everything that happened, he wants to be there. He knows the quarterback, and we got him for a 5th round pick. unbelievably awesome trade.
So I agree and I disagree. I agree that it was a bargain pickup, 5th round, right? But again, we need another valuable receiver on the other end of Terry McLaurin. Deebo Samuel is a gadget guy. He plays running back. He's good for the jet sweep.
Which is kind of what our offensive scheme needs.
I understand that, but it puts limitations. It puts limitations on the offense when he's on the field. When De'Ami Brown is on the field, he's not on the outside. We're not expecting jet sweeps. We're not expecting screens, stuff like that. But when it happens, we're like, oh, okay, there you go. With him, these are the things that are going to be constant. We were already one of the top teams in the league for screen passes. So
Shaq, where do you think? Where are they going to put Deebo, in the slot, or are they going to put him in number 2?
He's going to fight for that number 2. I think we're going to hear me out. I believe we're going to draft a number 2. We're going to maybe Golden from Texas. Like there's some receivers. We're going to draft a number 2.
In that offense, I'm predicting Deebo Samuel is going to be slot number 2. He's going to be all over the field. Gadget, exactly what you said. Yeah. Creating confusion on the defense, how to scheme against him.
Yeah.
When you combine Deebo Samuel with Zach Ertz, that is and Scary Terry, we have got an amazing receiver core already.
Well, I'm telling you why I'm not so high on Ertz. Same way I'm not high on Eckler because of their age. I'm not really high on these guys being on there. That's why I said we're going to draft a running back. We're going to draft a receiver, a number 2. We're going to.
All right.
We're going to. Defensive end. We're going to draft a defensive end. We're going to draft a defensive back. We're going to draft a receiver and a running back. Because again, Eckler with the concussions.
We don't have that many picks.
4. And
we gave away 1 to get a great deal, but we got 4 picks. That's a lot of built for 4 picks.
It's even 4 or 5. It's like 4 or 5. I gotta double check and look.
We had 5 when we just gave up 1 to get Samuel.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk Laremy Tunsil because I know you're hot on this. I want to hear what you got to say. I think, well, what else could we do, right? We needed it. Finally, we got it, right?
Yep. Well,
was it worth it?
No, it was not worth it. We received Laremy Tunsil.
So go over the deal. Tell the folks what the deal was.
We received Laremy Tunsil for a 4th round pick for 2025, 3rd and 7th round, and 2026 2nd and 4th round. We gave up 4 picks when we're in the building, in the middle of rebuilding this organization.
We don't even have picks to give away.
We don't have picks to give away.
How? What?
And again, this class coming into the league is loaded with offensive linemen, right? These are picks that we could have used. That, and the offensive line. If anything, they should focus on re-signing Trent Scott because he's still on the free agency board.
Yeah.
Should have focused on bringing him back, right? Coaching up Brandon Coleman. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But I don't agree with us giving it up. We gave up too much for a 30-year-old Laremy Tunsil, even though he's had a great, phenomenal career.
He's gonna be an immediate plug-in in production. I get it.
Yep.
But holy crap, did we go up? Because if we go deep again, right, in the season.
Thank you, Jack. Jack said we had 5 picks. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah. I mean, where are we going to build? That's a lot. That's a lot of capital we gave up.
Yes, and again, with us keep signing these older players, Wagner, Ertz, even Trust Wade. Like we're going to become the senior citizen home for NFL players. And remember at one point.
Oh, don't say that! Please don't say that. We don't want to be the senior citizen home.
I remember
can't be like that.
That's what I remember at one point. Everybody used to come in because they knew they was going to get instant money. We're going to get the big contracts. We even got Dan Wilkerson and all these guys, Bruce Smith, at the end of their careers, come in here, get paid all this money. Deion Sanders get paid all this money and didn't produce nothing, right? So we went from that to being the senior housing. we can't afford to do that.
Oh my Lord, Jack. Oh my Lord. All right. So
Jack. Hold on, Jack.
Kinlaw, defensive tackle.
Now, before we get into Kinlaw.
Oh, all right.
Jack brought up Bosa. That would be a phenomenal pickup for us. He's at the end of his career.
We got the money.
We got the money, but it'd be a phenomenal pickup. He's at the end of his career. And even with him being at the end of his career, he will be more productive than Dorrance Armstrong. And even though Dante Fowler
it would give us bookends.
It would, yes. And even though Dante Fowler, I would do another 1-year deal with Dante Fowler, but he would be just having him on the field with Javon Kinlaw, Johnny Newton, Deron Payne, you know what I'm saying? Frankie Louvu behind him.
We'd have a D-line. We'd have a D-line from hell.
Yes. And
we'd have a D-line the teams would have to scheme against.
And if we stick with who I think the Commanders want to pick, if we pick up James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, we bring in Joey Bosa, and we have James Pierce Jr. on the other side. We have 2 solid defensive ends. So
that's a good strategy. That's a good strategy, I think. You need to listen to this there, Commanders. You need to listen to this show. You're not listening.
I'm just saying. So I firmly believe that that is a strategy. I don't understand giving up all the picks. That's one of the things I just didn't understand, giving up all the picks. So if we're trying to build a team that's ready to win. In DC, the ceiling is high now. Like we're just going to go win 5 games, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The ceiling is high now. We made it to the NFC Championship. There are expectations of this team. Now, with expectations being on this team, you can't maintain them letting players like Jeremy Chin walk. You can't maintain them. You can't maintain them giving up all these picks for Laramie Thompson.
That's right.
So
all right, let's get to our signing that we know about today. This is our signing today. What's your opinion, Shaq?
Okay, so Javon Kinlaw, right? Excellent play with the Jets. Excellent player with the 49ers, right? 3 years, $45 million. It's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot. I mean, and $30 million is guaranteed. And now, granted, we could have weaseled our way into Grady Jarrett for a little bit cheaper, right? There are other defensive linemen out there that we could have Sheldon Day, like, what I'm saying? There are other guys out there. We could have, if anything, we could have went after Milton Williams. Could have went after Milton Williams.
We could have done a lot.
We could have went after Josh Sweat, and we wanted to bolster this defensive line because those guys are young and worth the money. Now, what I'm saying? Now we bring in a Kinlaw that's we don't know how exactly he's going to fit in that rotation with Deron Payne and Johnny Newton.
It feels like they're trying to go for a lot of Pro Bowl guys on short deals to try to get us over the hump to get back into the dance.
Well, so
I don't think you build a team that way. You got to build a team young enough, and I don't think paying all that money. I mean, I get it. Yeah, he's gonna plug in and he's gonna be fine, right?
Yep.
It's a great addition, but is the cost worth it? Could we have done something else?
And we're talking about $50 million. Again, he's a cheaper because John Allen was $18 million a year. Kinlaw was $15 million a year. So we saved $3 million in space, right? But again, was this worth it? Well, we could have bargain shopped somewhere else. We've been bargain shopping. We bargain shopped our team last year. So it's going to come down to a point where we still have to pay Tunsil. Tunsil, I believe, is due $20 million this year.
Oh,
so this is what we're not accounting for.
Oh man,
yes. And
boy,
remember you said we're going to make a splash in free agency, and that's that $20 million plus splash. No more of them. We're not going to get no more. We did it with an offensive.
Well, we needed an offensive tackle. There's no question, right? We got to protect Jake.
Yep.
It had to happen.
Yep.
It should have happened last year, as we all talked about.
Yep.
Now we're paid for it this year because we didn't do it last year.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Debo, a good one, Jack. Debo's cap hit is only $5 million, so that is a plus. But he's looking for a long-term contract. So how much is that going to hit us for? This may be the only year we have Debo Samuel in DC.
Yeah, it could be. Well, him and the Jaden connection, I think, is going to keep him in.
We're going to see.
Yeah.
We are going to see that $5 million is affordable. $5 million is affordable, right? So, but we're going to see
for that talent. Yeah,
for that kind of talent,
great deal.
But after this, Debo, especially he's been injury prone, not producing. He has he has a great year this year. Debo Samuel's gonna be looking for between $15 and $20 million a year after this $5 million year.
Yeah, you think so, right? You think so, yeah.
Yep.
You'd have to think so, yeah.
So now with the potential of him coming here for 1 year, but with him coming here for 1 year, right? $5 million. We need to get everything we can out of him because we gave up 2 picks next year. We gave up 2 picks next year. So it's like he's gonna want his money. We're gonna have to pay him. Or we want to franchise tag him or something to that nature. But he wants something long term. He wants to find a home. So
all right, folks. Well, we're in the middle of free agency frenzy. It's been a hell of a first day. It has been a lot to watch and a lot to guess on, and things have been happening that no one expected. It's been exciting. Shaq, how would you give the Commanders a rating from A to F on their first day in free agency?
Hold on. It said Laramie is going to be, thanks, Russ. Laramie is going to be a $15 million cap hit. Now, it's $15 million and some incentives, I believe. So that's where that $20 million number came from.
Right.
It's $15 million and some, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's $15 million and some. So, they
were
A
to F. Where do you rate it?
At the first day?
Yeah. How did we do?
C.
Man, you and I are thinking the same thing, Shaq. I'm giving it C plus. It's just because we spent all that money.
Yeah, it's definitely C.
I was happy with Debo. We're like, oh man, we're going into this and we're gonna punch it out. And I'm like, oh man, we're taking some hits.
Well, so this is my thing right here, right? With an already depleted receiving core, we brought in Debo Samuel, right? But De'Ami Brown is a better route runner, right? Better route runner, better deep ball threat than Debo Samuels, right? So we lost a deep ball threat in De'Ami Brown to Jacksonville.
The only one's going to stretch the field is Scary Terry, right?
And
everyone else is underneath.
And that's the problem. That's the problem that we had this year. When Terry McLaurin wasn't stretching the field, De'Ami Brown did kind of give us that threat, but we don't have that threat no more. Luke McCaffrey's not doing it. Debo Samuels is not going to do it. And let's go back in Debo Samuel's highlight reel and see if we can find something with him catching a 40-plus yard bomb down the field.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? At least we did. We in the Detroit game when we busted up Detroit with De'Ami Brown there, face covered.
Please don't remind me of that game. It gives me a headache. Please don't remind me of that game. Please, it's painful.
Now, I'm telling you, if you think about this though, right? So Matthew Golden, if he's still on in first round, I believe we're going to draft James Pierce Jr., right? And then our next pick should be skill position. It's going to be either a running back or a receiver. But if it's probably going to be a receiver. Somewhere, one of the receivers, because a lot of receivers in this draft, right? And we need somebody that's going to stretch the field with McLaurin. Because
I wonder if Coach Mad Mike would agree with you on that one. I'm just curious what he's thinking.
Looking at the way everybody, looking at the way that we're going about free agency so far, and how so many of our guys are still on free agency right now, it's defensive end, then we're going to get a receiver. And then, mark my words, if this guy's still on the board in the later rounds when we pick Cam Scatterbo is going to come to Washington, he's a baller. The dude's a baller, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I believe it or not, on the boat and in the hotel, before I got on the boat, I was able to catch the quarterbacks and wide receivers combine.
Yep.
And some interesting stuff going on there, man. I was looking at it going, this combine did not come out like anyone thought it would.
And
people underperformed.
Jack, the running back from Virginia Tech, Biosu, yeah, he looked good too. He's fast, very, very fast. So that's one of the things. Remember when we was doing the show and I was looking at the draft, the defensive linemen, and the offensive linemen in this draft were fast. Not only were they big, strong, pushing, breaking records, doing benching, but they were fast.
Yeah,
they were like fast. And I was looking at the defensive backs. I was like, man, we got linemen and defensive linemen running at defensive back speed. Like, what's going on? They were some of these defensive linemen were faster than the running backs.
Yeah,
I was like, what is going on?
What?
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah, it was pretty interesting combine.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
So I think that we missed the mark giving up these picks this year. We missed the mark giving up these picks this year. And if we want to continue to build and put talent around Jayden Daniels, we can't do it by giving up 4 picks for
exactly. That's why I'm a C+. Exactly. I know we need it. It was, we're in a desperation situation and we need to make a desperate move. That was a desperate move because we needed to fill that hole. But
I can tell you what we could have did. We could have sent, this just me, overpay St. Juice. We could have sent Marshawn Lattimore and a pick down there for and 2 picks, one this year, one next year, for Tunsil and a 4th round pick.
Yeah, maybe. I know you're not sweet on Lattimore, so
he can go.
Yeah,
he can go.
Yeah, I know.
Overpaid St. Juice. He can go.
Well, the proof will be in the pudding this year coming up, right, Shaq? He'll have a full off season with the team. He'll heal, hopefully, right? Heal up, and he should. The expectation is he's back to the form that we hired and paid him for, right? Because he certainly didn't live up to it when we brought him on, and he missed time. So I totally understand and agree with where you're coming from, but we'll see.
Only team that was scared to throw in his direction was the team he just left, New Orleans. They was the only team that was scared to throw in his direction. Yeah. Everybody else was like, funny. And everybody was like, man, let's pick him apart. Destroy him.
That's funny. All right, Shaq. Well, listen, man. Unless you got anything else to go over.
I actually do.
Yeah, let's get it.
I actually do, right? So I've been keeping up with the other teams in the conference, right? So I can tell you what team I'm happy is not doing nothing. The Cowboys. The Cowboys ain't really making it.
Except for that video with Parsons hugging a lion.
Hey, listen, I am happy. Jerry Jones, keep doing your thing in Dallas. Yeah. Keep doing your thing in Dallas. Like I greatly appreciate your lack of effort. Your lack of effort is going to have us competing for the winners division again. 100%. But because the Eagles have decimated their defense.
And it's like we got better against the Eagles already, right?
Yep.
And we're definitely better against the Cowboys.
Yep.
I mean, even if the Giants sign Rodgers, okay. I don't want to see Malik Neighbors and Rodgers hook up. I don't want to see that in our division. Believe me.
No. I'm gonna tell you.
Sick.
I'm gonna tell you why that it don't matter, right? I'm gonna tell you why it don't matter if he goes there and he has Malik Neighbors. His receiving tandem that he had with the Jets was amongst the top in the league. Yeah, Sauce Gardner and Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
It was among the best in the league.
Yeah.
And he didn't do nothing with it. Yeah. He did zero with it.
Later in the season when it all happened, he started playing. The first half of the season was a bust. The second half of the season, he started playing some ball. He showed his arm. And you could say in the second half of the season he showed up, right? Yeah. But
everybody's not meant to play to 45 like Brady did.
Yeah.
That Brady's a vegan. Brady ain't worried about
Brady's an anomaly in the league.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Brady not worried about his wife no more because the dancer was taking care of her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he just had to focus on this, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? So everybody in the game is aged. Look at Tom Brady. Look at Aaron Rodgers. The game has aged him. He looked like he's been over 40 for the last 10 years.
Oh my God!
So come on, man. Like
smoking that funny stuff.
Yeah, but I will say this. I'm looking at the decisions our other teams, the other teams in the conference are making. I'm looking at the decisions that other teams are making in the conference, and y'all keep going, but we have to do better. We have to do better at what we're doing with our remaining salary cap. Have to. So I can tell you right now, we're gonna do a whole bunch of bargain bin shopping.
We took some bites out of that Subway sandwich, didn't we?
We did.
Took some chunks. Chunks.
Yes.
that I'm not sure are the best. But
yeah. And now, say we go into Dre Greenlaw. We could have picked up Dre Greenlaw as a linebacker, and 3 years, $35 million linebacker. The Broncos just picked him up, so that's real time news. The Broncos just picked him up. We could have got him for the middle of our field as a linebacker. Because Bobby Wagner is still a strong, big guy, but Dre Greenlaw is way younger, and he was on the market.
All right, so Jack's popped in a question. Here's a question: who would be your QB1, Daniels or Hurts next season?
I'm gonna go with Jayden Daniels. Hey, and I'm gonna go. You know why I'm gonna go with Jayden Daniels?
Me too.
But Jayden Daniels is coming in a rookie season, phenomenal rookie season, meaning there's upside. I think we have seen Jalen Hurts plateau in the NFL, right?
And now we got him on offensive tackle to help that left side. So
yes, and he was doing it without protection. So with Jalen Hurts, right? We seen him drop the long ball down the field, stuff like that. But he did a lot with his legs. And Saquon Barkley came to save the day. They had the number one rush offense in the league. So
yeah.
Saquon, it's going to be hard to beat a team when you got a 2,000-yard running back and your quarterback is as mobile as Jalen Hurts. Now,
and you got two great wideouts, right?
Two great wideouts that were underutilized.
And a hell of a tight end. I mean, they had weapons.
Yep. The receiving core was underutilized in Philadelphia for sure. So, but their ground game is phenomenal. Whatever's winning, whatever's helping them win. So I firmly believe that I would go with Jayden Daniels right now. Jayden Daniels he's accurate, like he's a quarterback. You know, he's like a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Though he was doing it with his legs this year, he was doing it with his legs because he ain't had no choice. But he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Shaq. Well, folks, we're in the middle of free agency frenzy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Now, one more thing before we go. Hey, guys, one more thing before we go, right? Since we talking about receivers, you know what else just came up on the screen?
What?
All the free agent receivers that are still left out there that we can give a league veteran minimums. Stephon Diggs, Amari Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins. They you know what I'm saying? They still got some gas in the tank. $30
million. I know, a lot.
Yeah, a lot. So, I mean, that may save us in the draft. We can bring in Amari Cooper for $3-4 million. We can bring in, the Stephon Diggs for $4 million. You know what I'm saying? We're about to start bargaining. I would take one of those two guys over Noah Brown any day.
Yes. And we can stretch defenses that way.
Yes, because Amari Cooper, he just turned 30, still got a lot of gas in the tank, and he's not re-signing in Buffalo.
He's healthy.
Yeah. He never been a real injury.
I love to hear Commander go, Goober! That would be awesome.
Yeah. So I would there, but if we don't see one of these free agent receivers, mark my words, our first draft pick is going to be a defensive end, and then the second, third round, whatever our next pick is going to be a receiver. And then we're going to get Cam Scatterbo in the later rounds.
The fastest receiver this year who talked major trash, I forget his name, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to beat Worthy. I got his number. And it came in poor.
Oh, yeah.
My receiver core, in my opinion, I watched them, sucked.
Yeah.
So I don't see us getting anyone to improve our team out of the draft. I'm sorry. I just don't.
No.
I see second and third string guys in the wide receiver draft. That's it.
The kid from Arizona, not Cam Scatterbo's Arizona State. The kid from Arizona, Tato Lowe, I forgot his last name, but he's a baller. Matthew Golden is a baller. So these guys, I mean, there's some receivers.
If we're gonna get someone for speed to pull a defense apart, there is no one there. 4.39 doesn't cut it. I'm sorry. The top guy missed his mark and ate his own shoe on the field. I watched him. He put out a pot, put it full of water, boiled it, put a shoe in it, and had to eat it.
Hey, Jack. Which Wilson, Jack? And no, it's not Higgins from ASU. It's I forgot the guy's name, but he's gonna be way gone. He's predicted to go in the top 10. So there are guys, but
this wide receiver core did not impress me. I'm sorry. I watched 2 iterations of quarterbacks and wide receivers.
Yeah.
Not impressed.
Well,
So I honestly don't think, Shaq, that we're going to find our defensive stretching guy in the draft. I think we do need to go to free agency to do it, and I think there are people that can do it. Could we get a second or some depth from the draft? Yes. Yeah, I didn't even see hands that I liked, and maybe that's because quarterback couldn't throw. Because I didn't see quarterbacks I liked really either.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. No, Garrett Wilson.
But I mean, not really.
That's what Jack said.
And there were anywhere. Well, there were near, of course, but I didn't see anyone in this year's quarterback class that came close to the top 5 in last year's.
No, what's name? Jack said Garrett Wilson. Now it would cost a ton for us to pull Garrett Wilson down here. They're not letting him go.
No.
They're not letting him go. No. They're not letting him go. So, but again, there are guys. There's another receiver in college that we need to be looking out for. Luther Burden. Luther Burden is another name that's been tossed around. That I think will be a good prospect for us. But again, I just named a bunch of free agency receivers in the free agency that they can help us out. So, yep. I just firmly believe that we're gonna have the bargain shop. If we want to build a team like we had this year, but we want it better next year, we want the bargain shop.
And now with all the money we spent, bargain is the key. Bargain is the key word, Shaq.
Yeah.
So, all right, gents. We're almost an hour in. We want to thank everyone that watched us tonight. New people who are obviously on, please drop an email address so we can notify you. We're on every Monday at 7. We'd love to have you back, and we'd like to have you participate. And for all of our regular fans, thank you so much for tuning in after a week break. I hope we brought you a good show.
Yeah. Woo! And now, we're going to be back next week. Coach Mad Mike will be back next week. And we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of this free agency, because this week is going to be mayhem, right? There are things going on as we are speaking, as we're on here. So for everybody that's tuning in, thank you so much for taking time away from the NFL Network to come and check in with Football Psych. Let's go.
Oh, yeah!
Let's go. Yeah. Until next week. Yeah.